We are live, coming to you live from Bye Bye City Leyte in the Philippines. Every now and again, I have to pinch myself because I can't believe that I'm actually here. About 8,000 miles or 7,000 miles, give or take, from where I grew up. Basically, Los Angeles, California. Later, moved north. Moved north, young man, to Sacramento, California, where I spent 22 years of my life working for the most boring local governmental agency on the planet. But it worked out because now they pay me to stay away. Stay away, Dan. Stay away. We'll pay you to stay away. And it works out. Works out for them and it works out for me. That's what makes America such an amazing country. Let's see you all showing up. Yen Arena's here. LC Villanueva is here. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Josephine in the house. Yen Irene is here. Anime Reyes. Anna G, how you be? Nicole Hartz has a big heart. RD Vlogs is here. Hello, RD Vlogs. Angelique and Glenda Montero. Jenny Vlogs. How are you, Jenny? Rider Adventure. It's always an adventure when riding with Rider. I almost use the same tagline for Rider Adventure that I usually use for crystals. So Madeline Reyes stopped by to say, hey, yeah, we're going to be giving away some GCASH today. I would imagine that one or two of you might be interested in winning a little GCASH. Yeah, I started thinking, I was watching a few videos today. Everybody's got an opinion, right? Opinions are like orifices. Everybody's got them, and you don't really need one more or an extra orifice. Or do you? Maybe you would love to have an extra orifice. Where would you put it? That's the question. Where would you put it? Well, that's the silliest thing that I think that I've ever said before on this channel, right? So we're going to be talking also about the top 10 ridiculous places to hide money because every burglar knows where to look for it. And this applies no matter whether you're in the USA, in Europe, or in the Philippines. Mike Married is here. You're making me laugh early on here, Mike. I was going to start talking a little bit about the regular guy Philippines, who's in, well, they started the deportation paperwork. You know, it's a process. It's a process that goes back and forth. You know, Canadian in the Philippines. Okay, first of all, right, we have the resident Canadian in the house. That's Mike. So I certainly wouldn't want to offend Mike by saying anything derogatory. Yes, what's different about tonight? It's Friday night here in the Philippines at 8 p.m. Anyway, so the thing is that we just can't allow any Canadian in the country, can we? Huh? We just can't allow any Canadian to come waltzing in here. That is just a funny line, isn't it? I'm just making a joke, Lang. But let's talk about it a little bit. I mean, you know, he's made a few comments that have upset a few Filipinas. And I personally, myself, Moelma, I'm not offended by anything the man says. I've met him several times, 4 or 5 times. I don't know if he remembers every single time because a couple of them times he looked a little bit, you know, out of it. You know, usually run into somebody on a Saturday morning, you know, and they're kind of nursing the headache from the night before, if you know what I mean. Yeah, the best place to, yeah, we're going to talk about the best place to hide money. Also, worst places and the best places. Daniel is here. Hi, Daniel. So But yeah, I feel bad for him. I really do, because I really like the man. You meet him in person, and he's just a total and complete gentleman. And he's such a good storyteller. But I think that I have to admit that he pushed the envelope. He pushed the envelope a little bit to the point where it made some people uncomfortable. Justin Clyde is in the house. Official Bye Bye City, the original Bye Bye City vlogger. Justin, good evening. Good evening. How are you? So, yeah, he pushed the envelope a little bit too far. And so, I mean, really, he says he's gonna fight deportation with all he's got, but there's nothing really to fight. There's nothing really to fight because it's your country, and whatever you say goes. One day somebody didn't want Dan in their life. Well, you know, you don't want me here. What am I gonna do? You want to deport me? I probably would just self-deport. I probably would just say, nobody loves me here anymore. I better go on my way. Cambodia sounds like a good place this time of year. Something like that. So I feel badly for him, because to know him is to love him. Mike says it's funny. Please remember the Philippines is its own country, Daniel, not up to the U.S. Well, Carol Burnett used to do this, right? Dan does it when he feels a little bit uncomfortable talking about a subject. This makes me feel, next Ed, a little bit uncomfortable, because I have met the man a couple times, and I just happen to like him. And I have watched YouTube videos that say pretty outrageous things for views. But I think those people, though, they're not here in the Philippines. They're in the States or in the West, someplace else, out of the reach of the locals. So they don't want him here as persona non grata in CDO. They don't want him in. I mean, once you start that voting that you don't want somebody in your city, the game pretty much is over, I would say. And so I'm not giving him any advice. I'm just telling you what I would do if it happened to me. He's kind of like trying to shoulder it, saying that, I am who I am. I'm Pie by the Sailor Man. He's saying that what good is a video blog, right? Oh, we're talking about regular guy. So he said, basically he's saying, I want to be me. I want to be me. That's all he's saying, right? Well, you can be me. No, nobody is going to interfere with you wanting to be who you are, but you just can't be who you are in the Philippines. So his original plan, he said, was not to return here right away. He said he returned here to capture the heart of a woman who ended up sleeping with, I don't know, his best friend while he was away in Canada taking care of his mom or visiting his parents. But I don't know. The event could have happened whether he was in the Philippines or he was away. But Des is here. Angelique is here. But pretty much Marie Jenks is here. Pretty much it's game over, in my opinion. I'm just giving you my opinion. I'm not wanted here, but voluntarily leave, I don't think it's an option. What's going to end up happening is, as soon as he tries to exit the country and go through immigration, he'll be picked up and he'll be put he's going to be put in detention. I mean, that's how I see it playing out. The Philippines has different rules for online, especially if you were talking about people of the Philippines. They're very sensitive about that. Absolutely true. They're very sensitive about that. So, yes, you have freedom of speech in the Philippines, but you don't have it. I wouldn't say that's any more or less than what we have in the United States. Yeah, you have to behave yourself most of the time. It's amazing what's acceptable these days to say on YouTube, whether you're in the West or you're in the Philippines. For example, George Carlin. Who wants to tell us what words you couldn't say on television or you couldn't say on the radio? And now all you have to wait is for the first 10 seconds to pass by, and then you could utter profanities until the cows come home on YouTube. And I find that to be very, very strange, but not so much, since I use some of the words myself a lot of the times. I always make sure I wait, though, till after the first 10 seconds of the video. And I think that's because those words have changed meanings. Now you're just using those words to express your anger or your feelings or something like that. You're not actually directing that word to a person. You're not saying you need to just go and never mind. I think you get the point. In other words, and especially if you're talking about anything that has to do with the hierarchy of the Philippines, that would be upsetting for some people, I'm sure. And the whole thing is that you have to be careful. Yeah, not only have to be careful in. I make slanderous remarks all the time. I'm about ready to make one about you, Mike. Here it comes. Canadian. You're Canuck. You're Canadian. Oh, yeah. So anyway, you kind of have to, and then what you focus on in your videos is of key importance. Can't all be about pointing out how beautiful the women are and how, what the behavioral habits are of the local Filipinos in the province. The mating habits of local Filipinos in the province. Mike, I know. Thank you. That's why I said it. That's what the joke was, Mike. Yeah. So, yeah, it reminds us all, expats, that we have to watch ourselves, right? That the key thing is control your mouth and control your temper. And I have a problem sometimes with that. I have a problem, but thankfully, I could factually back up the things that I say. In other words, if I say that this guy's a lousy that, or so-and-so's a lousy this, well, then I could actually back that up with factual information. So slandering somebody means that, it's not true what you're saying about them. So, yeah. Oh, yeah. As a matter of fact, I would make my home most likely in Saskatchewan. I hear it's very lovely this time of year. Yeah, very green. Mike. So anyway, that's my point. My point is that I'm sorry. I feel badly for him. I really like him. I like him as a person. He's very personable. He's extremely intelligent. But I would say that we both made the same error. We went the wrong direction on YouTube. The focus it should have been more of a focus on culture. That's on presenting culture to the world, and not about the other nuances that have been the focus of our attention in videos past. And so, no, I don't think, I've come to realize that that's not a winning formula for success. And it probably isn't a winning formula for making friends all over, unless you're an expat. If you're an expat, you're probably going to catch his sarcasm and sense of humor. Lorraine Pajadas is here, but if you're not, then it may not present very well to the locals. And so, I mean, like, I can give one example. I'll give you one example. If you probably don't watch his channel, I don't recommend that you do if you're Filipino, but I think things like LV, Rose is here. LV, 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 LV. You're number one, not number two. Don't ever change. Never, 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 never. Yeah, so I would say like he refers to the Filipinas as babaroonies, and that's not really a derogatory term, but why can't you just say Filipina as opposed to saying babaroonies? I mean, you are a babe, you're babes to me, too. So I just would like to point that out. So he wasn't the one that coined the phrase. That phrase has been around for a long time. It's probably in a couple of very, very successful musical hits, from the 1970s. But anyway, that's one example, right? The one that they're all really, up in arms about has to do with a characterization. I'm even afraid to say the name, so I'm not going to say it, but it's a characterization of the province boys that have a good time with the young province ladies. There's a term, I guess. There's a term for those boys that go carousing around in their teens looking for young women. I don't know if you know if what I'm talking about, but that's about as much as I'm willing to say about it. Crystal's adventure. It's always an adventure with crystals around, that's for sure. Crystals, we're going to give you some ideas today about the top 10 places not to hide money. And so you're going to have to record this or watch it later if you're busy, or pay close attention. I'll be going over the list because it seems to me that Mark is discovering that he's got an especially lumpy mattress. So this is kind of for you. This is also kind of for Larice. I'm not sure she's here yet. But Larice, you got to stop hiding the money in the flower pot, in the vase, okay? People know where to look for the extra pesos. But anyway, that's all I got to say. I don't even know why I brought up the subject of regular guy, except that I feel badly for him. But maybe somebody will say, hey, Dan was talking about it. But I'm not talking about it in a negative way. Mike is saying pointing out issues not the problem, but just pointing out issues will cause issues in the Philippines. Things need to be rounded, including things positive. As a matter of fact, I think you're making an excellent point. I think that it's a downfall for me too. It's a critical way of presenting the culture of the Philippines. That's very, very important. You got to give the two sides of every story. It's got to be fair, and you have to be clear that you're generalizing and not criticizing. You're just making observations and you're reporting it, right? But there are very, very few things that bother me about the Philippines, and the things that really trouble me about the Philippines aren't things that need to be mentioned. They aren't things that I would say, oh yeah, I need to do a video on that. Why would I? Everybody knows it even annoys Filipinos. There's no reason to have to do a video on certain things, like roosters crowing at first light outside your bedroom window. That's something that everybody knows and accepts, including myself. And so if I were to get my panties in a twist, you know what I mean, in a bunch, well, I probably shouldn't be here with chickens waking me up at 5:30 in the morning or so, right? Nanang sexy. I mean, that's something nobody has to talk about because we all know it's part of the cultural experience of living in the province. If I wanted not to wake up, I guess, to roosters in the morning, I probably would be living in BGC, some high-rise building somewhere, IT Park. Anywho, that's about all I have to say about that particular subject. So I wish him well. I wish him well. But even if you were successful defending yourself, you're not really successful defending yourself. Even if you could justify those comments and show where you got the idea, it would be very, very difficult, to, I think, to appease the powers that be. Dan, if you started a video stating that this is your opinion, that would be, in his case, because he's such a storyteller, I think it works if you're doing this, face to video thing. But in the case of regular guy, he's such a storyteller, the way he formats his videos, that I think you do have a solid point, though. And that is that even if you put a disclaimer at the beginning of the video, you'd be doing, you'd be doing something very, very positive. Yeah. So Crystal's like, say, if you had a disclaimer and it was right there for everybody to see right before the video started, it might have corrected everything. It might have, you might have a fighting chance. But if you notice in my descriptions, I always put the disclaimer. I'm always going to put the disclaimer in there, the warning. And so I think it's important to do that. But okay, so next subject, I'm trying to rehabilitate my channel because it has a limp. And so you'll notice things that are being done that they're being done because I have to rehabilitate the channel, which means I have to focus more on those things that I just talked about and leave the rest of the stuff behind. Rain Soaked Man is here. Hey, what's up? Michelle is here. Ryder Adventures here. Paulino is here. So you see, you have to be willing to change and correct those things. You have to self-evaluate. And I think that regular guys have been pretty clear that he is just him, he is who he is. And I guess he can't bend, he can't bend going a certain direction, that he is who he is. And it's no big deal if he ends up getting deported. And so he says this. Oh, it's 5:20. Well, good morning, Rain Soaked Man. I guess he's saying his point is that Mark is here, that he won't change. Regular guy is saying that he won't change, that he is who he is. And I think that's tough. I think it's difficult. It's difficult to have that kind of attitude when you're in somebody else's country and you have to abide by their rules. You're not in your country abiding by their rules. You're in this country, which requires you to behave and abide by their rules. And so things that are offending them or things that are perceived as being offensive, my idea about that would be, once you try and give a definition or a reason as to why you've done something, the game pretty much is over. The misunderstanding has already occurred. That's the whole point that I'm trying to make about that. It's a no-win situation. You can't recover from it. Leave with a smile on your face. My wife tells me this. She says, Dan, the most important thing about losing money in the casino is to lose with a smile on your face, because next time you're going to win. And when you win, that day of losses, it fades away so fast. And I believe that is true. Which AFAM is causing trouble? Oh, no, we were just talking about regular guy facing, he's received deportation paperwork. And so it's a quick process, actually, uh, it must be from a complaint, because otherwise they would just come scoop him up and put him in detention. So it goes back and forth between him and whoever complained. They have to do a series of responses to, and then immigration decides, oh yeah, that's egregious, that's violated our rules, and so we're going to have to go scoop them up. But it doesn't take very much to become a undesirable alien in anybody's country. Come to think of it, I can't think of a country that's more tolerant than the Philippines is, quite frankly. If you have a country that's more tolerant than the Philippines, turn me on to it. I'm interested in learning about it. All right, so now, not leaving before you get paperwork is wild. Did he know it was coming before he got served the paperwork? He's been through a few scrapes where people have said the paperwork is coming and then it never shows up. But when CDO Cagayan de Oro declared him persona non grata, that started a whole machine. That started a whole the wheels turning. And that means that, he caught the attention of someone. Usually the way the expat community works here, Rain Soak Man, if you want to know my opinion on it, when I view it, they pile on. They pile on you and they start kicking you when you're down. Minnie Snow is here. Minnie Snow, what do you know? So they'll kick you when you're down and they'll stomp on you, as hard as they possibly can. So once people get wind of this, then everybody comes to the party and they start going in there and filing complaints and paperwork, trying to put the final nail in the coffin. What was he doing that got him? Well, all you really have to do is go watch a few of his videos, and then you will, maybe nothing. Maybe he didn't do anything. I mean, that's what he's saying. And I tend to kind of, if you're in America, you're in Canada, it's a different story. But you're here in the Philippines, and so you have to abide by their rules. And so, yeah, you could say what you want. You could be perplexed about why you got all this attention. You wouldn't have gotten the attention in Canada or America, and that's what makes his channel so successful. He appealed to Western expats. It's regular guy Philippines. He appealed to Western expats. We watched him. We thought he had a keen sense of humor. I've met him a couple of times. He's an extremely intelligent guy. So intelligent that I am a tiny bit intimidated by him, because he has that type of a charisma and that type of a presence. He has that movie star presence. If he doesn't make it on YouTube, because he gets kicked out, well, then he could go act. He can go to Hollywood. We would watch his movies. He would be a superstar. Sensation. Well, see, the whole thing is you are seeing his YouTube persona, but when you meet him in person, you realize that you're in the presence of greatness. You really do. I mean, that's my opinion. You meet him and then you just realize, man, this guy is something else. But so remember, he used to get hundreds of thousands of views before YouTube changed the algorithm or whatever happened, or people started publishing like channels about the Philippines, and then it started to dilute our view share and our subscription share. Everything went kind of downhill. Gee, Pancho is here. LG Rose, Rider Adventure. All right, let's get going. We're 30 minutes into this live stream, and I've been talking about nonsense. Mertz is here. Hi, Mertz. How are you? How's the baby? How are the kids? How's Trixie? All right. The top 10 places we're going to go over real kind of quickly because some of them are kind of obvious to some of us. I don't want to bore you and send you running away, sending you running for the hills. But these are the top 10 places where you should not hide your money in your house because every burglar knows where to find them. And they're generally speaking, they're going to go for it in this order. They're going to be looking for jewelry, money, and other valuables. And Angelique, they're going to start with under the mattress or your pillow. Crystals. So you don't want to hide your money there. This is the most famous cliche. It takes a burglar less than 2 seconds to flip a mattress, making it absolutely first place, the absolute first place that they'll check in the bedroom. Number 2. Yeah, exactly. It's good not to have money. Absolutely true, LV. It's good not to have money. Number 2, underwear and sock drawer. This makes me laugh, right? How would you know that the burglar was actually in your underwear drawer and his main objective was looking for money? Yeah, but Crystals, would you want a burglar in your underwear drawer? Mildred Belenga is here. People frequently will stash cash in their dresser drawers, believing it is personal and hidden. Oh, well, they're not going to be looking in my undies drawer. Oh, don't get me started, LV Rose. She said, underwear, what the fudge would they be hiding there? Underwear are very safe. The thieves know this. They know that you're gonna routinely dump the entire contents of clothing drawers onto the floor. Oh, they're gonna go search there because they're gonna be looking for. Never mind. Let's go on to number 3. People will put them in their sock drawer. They're gonna hide money in their sock. That you know how some people roll up their underwear, they'll put money in there. If it's the underwear he wanted, why? That's why I don't wear underwear. Oh, I knew somebody was going to bring up the whole going commando thing. Don't get me started on that subject. Yes, I want to feel fresh and free. Anyway, she says I put my money in my bra. Melanie Calapayan is here. Terra Roma is here. Welcome in. 19 million people in the house. All right, so number 3. Diosa Mariana is here. Unless a portable lockbox or small unanchored safe. Unless a safe is heavy, bolted to the floor, or built into the wall, it acts as a convenient carrying case for a thief. They will simply steal the entire box and break it open later at their own convenience. I know. I'll steal the money box and then I'll take it home and break it open in between commercial breaks on YouTube. That's an idea. Next. This happens often in the West. Ramirez here, inside the toilet tank. While often romanticized in movies, hiding money here introduces a massive risk of water damage if the container leaks. Furthermore, seasoned burglars are well aware of this trick and will quickly lift the ceramic lid to look inside. Well, there's no ceramic lid or water tank to look inside in most Filipino homes, right? That's what they'd find probably. They'd be looking in my toilet if they came to my house. Yeah, Mr. Cano here. Number 5. Winnie, number 5. Mertz, Wilfredo's here. RD Channel here. Medicine cabinets. Burglars look through medicine cabinets, not just for cash, but for drugs. Drugs that they can resell. Any creative container or false bottom hidden inside a bathroom cabinet is likely to be discovered. Shaney is here. Number 6 is the freezer. Hiding cash in a plastic bag inside a frozen food container is a widely known trick. Kitchens are a high traffic area, and during a break-in, that's the first place that they'll look. And then if you got no money there, they're going to steal all your food. They ain't leaving with nothing. They're not leaving empty-handed. They're going to take your lechon baboy. They're going to take your leftovers. Number 7, Luffy Taro is here. Number 7, inside books. Unless you have a massive library of thousands of books, a small book safe or cash tucked between pages stands out. I know several people that tuck their pesos in between pages of the good book. A burglar can clear an entire shelf of books onto the floor in seconds, watching for loose cash or heavy book safes to drop out. I put money in the bank. I use a bank card. Don't get me started on banks, Mike. Number 8, if Larice were here. Vases, flower pots, and ceramic decor. Aha! Isha is here. Isa is here. So, decorative items on a table or shelves or counters are easily overturned. Thieves will routinely knock over or appear inside vases, decorative jars, and vase. Do you guys say vase here? Or do you say vase? And planting pots looking for hidden jewelry or rolled up bills. Number 9, fake food cans or cookie jars. Commercial diversion safes shaped like soda cans or soup jars only work if they blend seamlessly into a massive pantry. Who among us has a massive pantry? Mike, this isn't time for true confessions, bro. You have Canadian dollars, yeah. If a kitchen has just a few items on display, a cookie jar or single random can will be opened and smashed. They don't care what they destroy in order to get at the cash. Number 10, closets. Under stacks of clothes or empty suitcases. Burglars routinely tear through closets looking for high-value items like designer bags, clothes, and hidden safes. Bro, you're in the Philippines. You know that anything that has Coach on it in the Philippines is fake? Ilocana in Singapore is here. Welcome in, welcome in. Shout out, shout out. So, tucking your cash in the pockets of a winter coat or inside an empty travel suitcase provides very little protection. Well, truth be told, I am trying to be as truthful as possible. I probably would put it there and then forget that it was there. So there you have it. It's happened before. I know. I'll put it in my winter coat. The burglar comes, looks in there and says, "What the hell is a dude doing with a winter coat in the Philippines?" I know. He's hiding money there. Oh, Mike. Ooh, that's a bad joke right there. Wah, 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 wah. All right, let's talk about the top 10 places that you want to hide it. Some of these I'm probably gonna use, right? So you probably will too after hearing this. Number one. So now we're talking about places that where you could successfully use to hide money, that aren't so obvious. Number one is inside a false PVC pipe. Jonah Lynn Snow Baby Bear is here. If you add a short length of PVC pipe with a cap to your basement or utility room ceiling, now we don't have basements here, it will blend in perfectly with your existing plumbing. But I think it still works in the Philippines. I think it still works, right? Yeah, there you go. You could mark an urn with the deceased name on it. Uncle Joe. Something like that. They probably wouldn't check there. So I think that the PVC pipe idea does work if you put it under the sink and you tie it into your plumbing, but it has to all be fake, right? You can't let water run through it. No burglar is going to trace, cut, or unscrew plumbing lines on the off chance there is cash inside. I believe that to be true. All right, kiddies, the bottom of a toy box. Thieves are looking for adult valuables like electronics, jewelry, and prescription drugs. They almost never waste precious minutes digging through a messy, heavy box of plastic children's toys, stuffed animals, or board games. Now, here's a point that I wanted to mention. You keep your valuables the furthest, as far away from you in your house, from you where you sleep, as you possibly can. And so if you're in the main bedroom, you put it the furthest end of the house. Chris says, don't forget to put a mark on it or you'll lose the money you stash. That's the problem with this idea, is you have to mark everything to, so people know. You have to come up with some kind of a secret mark that you could put on there. Mike says, let's see, has watched Dan's live. Oh my gosh, that's right. Nobody's interested in watching Dan's live except you. Very, very top 26 or 30 or 35 or 40 supporters. So now, hollowed out interior doors. I like this one too. Most modern interior doors are hollow. If you take the door off its hinges, you can drill a hole into the top or bottom edge, insert a small tube containing rolled cash, and rehang it. It is completely invisible to the naked eye. I love that one. I'm probably going to use that one. Number 4, behind false electrical outlets or air vents. You can buy it or a do-it-yourself wall outlet safe that cuts into the wall and looks exactly like a functional electrical outlet. Unless a burglar has a screwdriver and a reason to test every outlet in your house, they will walk right past it. This is kind of dangerous. And I'll tell you why, because they know about this. They know that people hide it behind wall sockets and the like. So I probably would not use number 4. And not only that, what if your kid thinks that you're hiding money behind a wall socket and they go looking for snack money in there, and then they have a shocking experience. They accidentally shock themselves, and all they were trying to do was get some snack money. That wouldn't be worth anything. I mean, that wouldn't be worth the trouble, would it? Next, number 5. We're almost through them, and then we're going to do the Wheel of Joy. We're going to spin the Wheel of Joy for GCASH. Number 5, deep inside Christmas or holiday decor boxes. I probably wouldn't use this one either. Storage areas like attics or deep garage shelves are low priorities for quick strike burglars. a dusty cardboard box clearly labeled Christmas tree ornaments or Halloween costumes is highly unlikely to be opened during a 5-minute break-in. Take the Christmas balls and run. Abby G is here. Abby G. Number 6, the bottom of a heavy laundry hamper. Burglars do not want to touch dirty clothes. Rolling your cash tightly and placing it at the very bottom of a heavy hamper full of unwashed, stinky clothes is a disgusting barrier most thieves will naturally avoid. So let's say you put stinky cheese in there with it. The problem with this idea that I see, Menge, is that you'll stink up everything, including the clothes and the money. That's the problem. So you wouldn't put stinky cheese down there to dissuade a burglar from going through your clothes. And then your clothes would definitely have to be very, very stinky so that a burglar wouldn't attempt to dump them out on the floor and go through that stinky hamper one by one. You know, all up in your business. Number 7, inside a craft room supply bin. What? Boxes filled with dull, low-value items like spare yarn, knitting supplies, sewing supplies, old documents or tax records is probably going to get passed up by a burglar. Number 8. Number 8 is within hollow furniture legs or curtain rods. Has anybody ever done a curtain rod before? Because I like this idea. I like the idea of hiding it in a curtain rod. Have a whole bunch of curtains up, and they most likely aren't going to go take the ends off the curtain rods to see if you have rolled up money up in there. That is a good one. I like that one a lot too. So number 9, under the bottom board of a kitchen cabinet. Many kitchen and bathroom cabinets have a removable decorative toe kick panel at the very bottom or a false bottom inside the lowest drawer. This creates a hidden floor cavity that requires you to crawl down to open, which thieves rarely do. Yeah, if I were a burglar, I wouldn't exactly walk into your house and say, "Excuse me, where's the CR? I'm going to go check your bottom drawer of your cabinet that you have in there." Number 10, this is another one that sounds interesting, is vacuum cleaner dust bags. If you have an older or secondary vacuum cleaner that uses disposable bags, you can tape a sealed envelope of cash to the inside wall of the dust chamber outside of the actual dirt bag. I've been called a dirt bag many times in my life. This might work for me. Burglars never look for money inside a machine meant for dirt. They don't have the time to go through everything, right? But I think that there's something missing here. I just would like to convey my experience. You know, for example, burglars usually occur. When they do occur, I would say that 9 times out of 10, it's somebody that you know. Yeah, I'm not trying to start anything here. I'm just saying that 9 times out of 10, if you're missing stuff, something disappears from your house, the person that did it is known to you. So I think that's pretty factual. So stranger burglaries are kind of, they happen. They happen all the time. But 9 times out of 10, it's going to be somebody that you know. I have a feeling that that's true for these kind of events that happen here in the Philippines. JC is here. Jesus Christ, superstar. I like that song. Do you guys know that's from an old musical? Anyway, it's from an old musical, that song. You don't want me to sing the whole thing here. All right, so now we're 50 minutes and 19 seconds or so into the live, and it's time to spin the wheel of joy. Yay! It's what you all have been waiting for. Let me go here, and I want to go into the channel, set everything up, and give jackets if the folks are still hanging around, and if I could find them. So let's see. I'm going to go through this real quick. Let my fingers do the walk-in. See if I could find a couple of folks that I want to give jackets to so that they're blue. And no, I ran out of, yeah. So I'm using my regular YouTube channel, not my studio on this page. So they've already passed me by, I'm afraid. I can't get to them. I've already gone through the whole thing. So, but if you come up again, I will give you a jacket, those that don't have one. Like Clyde. Clyde was in the house earlier. All right, now let's, what we're going to do today is we're going to give away, I think we're going to bump it up a little bit because it's Friday night. We're still going to give away 3 prizes, 3 GCASH prizes sent straight to your GCASH account within 15 minutes after this live stream is over. But we're going to bump it up to 200 pesos each to make it more interesting. So that's 200 pesos on a Friday night, so you could spend it tomorrow. So you could spend it tomorrow at the club. You can get yourself a bottle of Red Horse. What's a bottle of Red Horse going for now? I'm waiting for the first person to answer. Nobody's going to answer, right? Crystals. Shame on me, right? Yeah, that's funny. I kill myself. I still don't know where I get my ridiculous banter, you know. I'm an old man, you know. I'm cranky most of the time. Crystal says 80 pesos. Well, that'll get you a couple of bottles. You know, that'll get you through a Saturday night. Crystals. I like Tarlac. How do you say it, Crystals? Tarlac or Tarlac? I like that. When driving through up to Pangasinan, boy, I tell you, I like that area. I don't know what draws me to it. I could totally see myself living there one day. You know, is anybody here from Tarlac? You know, north of Manila there on your way on that major toll road to Pangasinan. I don't know if it's a toll road, but you know, the major highway, the national highway to Pangasinan. All right. What did I say? We're going to give 200 pesos per winner. We're going to have 3. And you know the rules. You're going to be picking a number between 1 and 35. Tarlac. Nice town. Nice community. Lovely place. I like it. I like it a lot. You know, it's an interesting place. Oh, Elsie Villanueva's from Mindanao. Okay, but you're not from CDO, are you? The folks that just declared regular guy persona non grata? Tarlac. Yeah. All right, you're going to be picking a number between 1 and 35. You're near CDO. Oh, well, they declared him persona non grata, the city council. The councilors got together and they said, we don't want this guy in our town. And now they're getting ready to deport him. So there's Larice. Larice, I'm telling you, you missed me calling you out so many times tonight. Good evening. Glad you're here for for the money, for the chance to win the do re mi. We're going for 200 pesos, 3 winners. You're going to choose a number between 1 and 35. You only get one guess. So there's 28 people in the house. You only get 28 guesses. No, one person doesn't get 28 guesses. I'm trying to point out that it's a one channel, one guess type thing. No ninja channels allowed. 30 people are here. It's 30 guesses. And besides that, we know who's behind those ninja channels. So we'll call you out in that. So how this works is you're going to choose the number between 1 and 35. And then if we spin the wheel of joy and the number comes up that you chose, then the next step is whether you chose the number in the highest order, whether you were the first one or we the one dead last to pick it. So if you were the first one to pick it, then you're going to win the 200 pesos. Are we ready to go? Do I spend too much time talking about the rules? I'm going to enter start in the chat next to our channel name. When it appears, please pick a number between 1 and 35. All right, and let's see if we can get a winner first off. Oh, there's the wheel of joy. All right, doesn't take very long. Oh, all of a sudden we've got 34 million people in the house. Where have you all been? Lady Ann Channel is here too. Ramir in the house. Very intelligent guy, I've come to learn. Minnie Snow, what do you know? I like Minnie Snow. She's smart. Most of you are smart. Most of you that I've talked to, you're so bright, it scares me a little bit. All right, I'm going to be entering the stop guessing command. I'm intimidated. I'm shy. I'm going to enter the stop guessing command in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop guessing when you see that command. Merch, were you above the line or are you below the line? Well, anyway, you're live right now, right? You're probably live. All right, let's spin the wheel. Let's see if we have a winner. All the guesses are in. Here we go. The big wheel of joy. Where she stops, nobody knows. Oh, it makes authentic sounds, spinning sounds. Here we go. Here we go. Whoa. It tricks us. It trips us up, though. Yay! We have a winning number. Anyway, it's 26. Number 26 for 200 pesos. I will wait until we see if there is a winner. Let's see. Let's see what we got. There's a little delay, so I will stand by. Anime and Des says they're no winner. Elsie says no winner. All right, let's go again without further ado. Here we go. I'm hitting start. When you see it, start guessing. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. I should only be seeing 32 guesses, 32 people in the stream. Let me reset this. Oh my gosh, I can't even see it. Wait, where'd it go? I can't see my mouse. Oh, there it is. Dang it, I got my camera blocking the mouse, blocking the command thing. All right, I'm getting ready to enter the stop guessing command in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop guessing. All right, by the way, the wheel eliminated number 26. I don't know if I pointed that out or not. So you can see up here, number 26 is gone. So that means it's out of play. All right, let's spin it. Let's see if we get a wiener. Some of you are changing up your numbers, I noticed. It looks like it's going to be lucky number 7. Yahoo! Yahoo! Do we have a winner with lucky number 7? I'll stand by. Got my fingers crossed. What? May, what are you doing stopping by and picking up your paycheck every day? You are the winner of 200 pesos anime Reyes. Anime Reyes. It is duly noted. Congratulations. Hey Mel, what was that all about today anyway? What you posted in your short video, in your live. Did somebody was somebody nice to you today? Mel, Melanie Calapayan, was somebody nice to you today? Did someone give you a expensive gift today? Just wondering. I'm so nosy. It went by so fast in my feed, you know. Anyway, she says yes. Congratulations. That's what YouTube is all about. You know what I mean? That's exactly what it's all about. You know that nobody would even know that you were alive if you weren't on YouTube. Look at all the friends that you make. Look at all the goodwill that and stuff that come your way, you know? I mean, this is what turns me on about the whole thing. It's fantastic. I love it. All right, let's go. Let's see. So now anime is out of play. Good. Go away, anime. You keep winning and winning and winning. All right. No, stick around and support. Provide support for the next winner. Now, once you win, then of course you're out of play because you only get to win one time. Listen, if I didn't have this rule, then anime would win the next spin, and then she would win the next spin, and she'd keep on winning. So that's why we do it this way. Some of you're just born lucky. You know what I mean? It follows you around. You know, like Melanie and anime and you know Loris. It just follows you around. G Poncho. All right, let's go again. Now, numbers that are retired now are number 26 and number 7. They're not here on the wheel no more. They're gone. And so don't guess one of those numbers, but guess any other number between 1 and 35. When you see start appear in the chat next to our channel name, you can start guessing. All right, come on. 35 people, 35 guesses. I'm going to give a few more seconds. I just have a feeling that one or two of you have lagged behind. And in the meantime, I'm going to take a sip of water. It was God Repairs that was behind. Shaylee 2.0. I hope all the guesses are in because I'm entering the stop guessing command in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you're below that stop guessing line, you are out of luck. Yes, you're present. Okay, yeah, we see that. All right, now we're gonna here we are. Spinning the big wheel. Give us a good winning number. Ooh, looks like it might be 19. Yeah, I know. You're doing 45 or 50 things all at one time, right, Merns? I get it. No problem. The winning number is 19. Let's take a look around to see if we have a winner. Number 19. Miro Ladisla is the winner. Miro with number 19. Congratulations. You're 200 pesos richer. Ah, yeah, I know. You probably are going to benefit, Nanang Sexy. Oh, make sure you guys, I just wanted to mention, make sure that you send me on a separate line to my messenger exactly where you want me to send that money. Now, give space between your message and the phone number so that I could easily copy and then paste into my GCASH, and we'll get your winning prizes to you ASAP. All right, for the third and final spin on this fine Friday evening, please select a number between 1 and 35, but don't select 26, 7, or 19 because those numbers and the people attached to the numbers have been retired. You may start guessing when you see the command appear in the chat next to our channel name. Here we go. I'm almost sure we're going to find a winner on this next go around. Whoa, that was fast. 37 million people in the house. I've come to know each and every one of you based on your support. Lainey is here. Hi, Lainey. How are you? Good to see you. Did I say hello to you yet, Lainey? I must have missed you, and I just saw you right now. And Winnie is here. Hey, do you guys think that? So I'm thinking about opening a burger stand and calling it Mini Burgers. Do you think that's a good name? Minnie Snow, do you think Mini Burgers is a good name? Or do you think it won't do any business because people think, oh, if we go to Mini Burgers, we're just going to get small little, tiny little morsels, not even enough to satisfy a person. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. My inspiration comes from Ben and Cebu, who opened up his own little business there. Good evening, Lainey. How's the Jamba? What's it called? The dance that you guys do. I almost said Jamba Juice. It almost sounds like Minute Burger. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do is play off that successful name, Minute Burger, but we'll call it Mini Burger. So, yeah, yeah, maybe dieting it would be okay. Teeny tiny little burgers. I'm gonna come in a mini burger and get a nice little teeny tiny mini burger. All right. Did I put stop yet? Oh, no, I haven't. Okay, I'm getting ready to enter the stop command in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. See, you know what the problem is? God repairs. If you call it gigantic burger, then the problem is people wouldn't be able to afford to buy it because it's a gigantic burger, right? You'd have to live up to your name. So, in general, well, let's see. Mac is the preference. Big Mac. Mac's Burgers. Oh, that's what you're saying. Yeah. Yeah, but in the province, they're going to buy whatever's available, They don't have a McDonald's where we live, right, Mel? We got to go to Ormoc City, and that McDonald's sucks. So, all right, here we go. Yeah, you have to balance everything out. God repairs. You got to figure out, what if you medium burgers? Now that doesn't sound right either, right? Middle of the road burgers. Burgers in the middle. Nah, it doesn't sound right. Mel knows, Mel knows. We have to go. It isn't worth driving all the way to Ormoc for McDonald's because they suck in Ormoc City. Just about everybody knows that. If they're affordable, see, that's the key. That's the key. All right, let's spin the wheel. Let's spin the wheel so you guys can get on to the other channels that are giving away big money. Prissy Manzanero is here. Here we go. Prissy, aren't you singing live? Aren't you doing live streams where you're singing? Here we go. Hope you win. Hope you win. What? 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 Oh, wow, number 2. It's number 2. Let's see if we have a winner. At number 2. First bite and taste of flour. See, that's what the problem. So in some of these burger places, they give you small meat and a big bun. That's what the problem is, Crystals. So now what you got to do is you got to give them a little bitty bite-sized pan de sal with the meat in the middle, right? That's the whole idea. You know, you got to taste the whole flavor of everything. You know, people want to give big buns and small meat. That's not good, is it? I don't think it's a good thing. All right, Lady Ann's channel. We're still looking for a winner for number 3 for 200 pesos. So let's, without further ado, let's get started. When you see start appear in the chat next to our channel name, please select a number between 1 and 35. But we have retired number 26, number 7, number 19, and number 2. Don't choose one of them because we're just going to laugh at you if you do. Wait, I didn't put start yet. Did I put start by accident in there? What happened? What happened? Did you guys jump the gun? All these guesses here that just came up are all null and void. But Crystal's fault. But here, stand by, reset, stand by, reset, reset, reset. Here we go. There you go. Now when you see it, you can start guessing. Yeah, redo. That was funny. I kept looking at it going, what did I do? Did I accidentally push the button? The start button? All right. Get them in. Get them in. Are we ready? I'm entering Michelle Peso. Are we ready? I am entering the stop guessing command in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Everybody below that guesses, you are out of luck. Des, did you get in under the wire? What happened? What were you doing? Were you in Mertz's channel? All right, let's spin the wheel. All eyes up front. Watch the wheel. Here we go. Let's see if we can find a wiener. You're a leader, Crystal's not a follower. Let's see what we got. It's in the same neighborhood as the last spin. Whoa! Number 31. I just don't know. I just don't have a feeling on this one. Elsie, what? Elsie Villanueva is the winner of 200 pesos. Elsie, do you know how to get a hold of me to send me your GCASH number? Yeah, you got to send me a message with your GCASH number. Daniel Herrera, Herrera in Facebook. Somebody's going to help you out by sending you the link. Someone's going to help you out. Maybe Anna May. All right, what do we do next? Oh, we're back. We are back. I had a great time. I hope you did also. Minnie is going to come in here. I think she is. She's feeling better. She's over those terrible migraine headaches. Let's see if we can get her in here to say hello and goodbye. Are you... There's something going on over here in the kitchen. I could see everybody passing by. Stand by. Here she is.
Hello.
Hi, everybody. There she is in the corner. Congratulations, 3 winners. Everybody will get that GCash out to you ASAP. Thanks for joining us tonight. We will see you on the next one. Bye.